What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to show you what I deal with every day while posting and modifying photos in order to make them nice looking, for eBay, and try to make them look more retail. So if you look at this photo, there's dirt and grime on my backdrop, and no matter how many times I replace the paper that I use, after 4 or 5 uses, posting different items and stuff like that, it gets very dirty. There's always dirt on it, and it does not look good. So all this coloring right here, it doesn't look good with eBay, because eBay uses a pure white photo, and they also use a 1x1. So if you notice, this photo here is equal length and width. So if you're using like HD photos and you're taking photos that are, outside of a 1x1 and they're like 16:9, eBay actually crops this out of it anyway, so then you don't even know what your photos are looking like until you drop them into eBay. Either way, I'm going to show you how to fix this, because this is really simple. It only takes a couple seconds on each photo, but I'll do it a little bit slower so you guys can follow along. You're going to be required to have Photoshop or something similar to Photoshop in order to make this happen efficiently and effectively. So this is what we're starting with in the beginning. We're going to go ahead and open up this in Photoshop. Okay, so in Photoshop you have all these tools. You don't really need to know what they're for, but I can show you a quick example. If there was a big black dot, let's see, let's say there was like a big smudge, right there, and if you're using the other tools that I'm going to show you to clean this up, it's going to take a while, because you have to go from this black color to white. Now this patch tool right here, and if you don't see it, you'll see all these different choices. Patch tool is the best. So if there's a crack in your paper or your backdrop, or there's dirt here, or you got a hair or something, so you just kind of select it using the left mouse click, make a circle, and then drag it wherever else you can find in the photo that's clean. And what it's going to do is it's going to basically modify the pixels and blend it. So let that load, and now we got rid of that black, and it's kind of, let's see, you'll see that it's not going to be the greatest. If you were to pay real close attention, you'll see that it looks different, but when somebody was to glance at it, they'll never know. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all this dirty color here, because I use LED lighting, and for whatever reason my phone thinks it's fluorescent lighting. So when I take the photos, this is like a bluish tint, and you won't really see it right now until I get rid of this and turn it white. So we'll zoom out, so Control Alt and then scroll back, it zooms out. Grab the dodge tool, and I start off with 1500, and I use a very soft round pressure size, and you'll notice it's very, very simple. So soft pressure size, exposure of 50%, and instead of going and doing one pass and then another pass and then another pass, one mouse click per, I just click like a crazy person, because it works faster. And if I mess it up, I haven't saved anything yet, so I just reopen it, because this doesn't take but a few seconds anyways. And you'll notice that all of the bluish tint is just slowly disappearing. And I'm keeping a decent distance away from the actual tie itself, because it's just the way that I fold it. So this is like my main photo, and I do this with all my photos because my backdrop's so filthy. It costs me $5 per each one of these whiteboards that I buy at Walmart, and I set it up there, and it gets dirty almost instantly. Okay, so we got just about the basic amount of it, and I left a little bit of this shadow in there. So there's a shadow here, it's hard to see, but it's there. And then I drop it down a size. Let's do 350, and we'll get up in here just a little bit. And you'll notice it doesn't really matter if I hit this a little bit because it doesn't hurt it, because the exposure being at 50. This is too bright for it to just, you know, mess it up right away. So we'll go in here and I do one last thing, and then this will be all done. So I go to adjustments under image and then brightness and contrast, and this is where it pops, because my pictures on my phone don't look necessarily exactly like it does with a human eye. So I like it to look like a human eye, and it's almost equal to what it would be if I was to take a picture in the sunlight. So I go to brightness and contrast, and immediately you're going to notice a big difference. So 41 on brightness, as you can see what that did, it brought all the colors out, right? And then we're going to add some of the depth back into there. So I like to go between 18 and 25. So on this one I'm going to go 25. So that brought this red back to a red, and it kept all the oranges orange. And if you want to see what it looks like before, it's dull, because I don't use a flash, I use LED backlights. So if I was to use a flash, it would look like this, but it would be only in the area where the flash actually hit the product that I'm taking a picture of. So I don't like that. So what I do is I bring all the colors to the front and then add the depth back through the contrast. So that's it, and then I just save that. And now when I drop this into eBay, this white color here, if I did it enough, if I removed enough of the bluish tint, will be identical to the white that's actually in eBay. So when you see this product and you're scrolling through eBay, you know, you're scrolling down through eBay, you'll see my image, and it'll look like it was made for eBay. And this is just a simple step that I do on all of my photos. It adds maybe 2 or 3 minutes to each one of my products, but it makes the quality of my store, you know, closer to like the higher end sellers, instead of having like a real dark, gloomy image. And I'll show you an example of that real quick. So this is that tie here. Let's see, this tie, see this blue that's in here, I remove all that, and I did this with a couple of these in here, and you'll see there's another one. I took this and I added all the white back in there, got rid of the blue, and so here's that Garfield tie that we just did, and here's another picture of it. It's all the dark gray is gone, the bluish tint. And hopefully that helps anybody who's taking pictures and make them look more professional. It doesn't take anything super expensive. I take my photos with my cell phone, which is a 1+5, and the paper that I use, that I buy at Walmart, is $5 for 10 sheets of poster board. And I literally grabbed the Walmart brand 5K LED lights that screw into any light bulb, and I use 2 of those with the paper as a backdrop, and it works flawless. And you can get photos and stuff like that of any products that you want to sell that look exactly like mine. Thank you, and thanks for watching.